Well, guys, episode 11 of Bakuon has got to be one of the best episodes so far. I mean, not even to the end. I will have to put this episode in like the second favorite, like top 5 episodes of this. But yeah, I put it up there. Now, in this review reaction, I gotta say, if you like bikes, you watch Yowamushi Pedal. If you like motorcycles, you watch Bakuon. Now, if they've made a crossover at this show, you gotta know, like, okay, bikes are better than motorcycles, motorcycles better than bikes. Now, I hate to be a pain when I say this to Yowamushi Pedal fans. I hate to be the bearer of the bad news, but I'm not really a fan of Yowamushi Pedal because I can't handle so many mainly sports like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Princess Strider got there, but Yowamushi Pedal is like, I don't know, I mean, Haikyuu kind of suck. Sorry I said that, but yeah, that's what it is. Now, the opening of Bakuon episode 11 has kicked things off with the purpose of these guys in motorcycles, guys in bikes. And everybody, these guys with their bicycles with their name, they show off. And I'm like, oh no, this is Yowamushi Pedal all over again. So we need to beat them, prove that Bakuon is better than Yowamushi Pedal, even though Yowamushi Pedal is getting the 3rd season. But that's just push that aside. Anyway, these guys, these busty ass characters with their bikes, trying to show off their bikes, showing off their second gear, the grips and all that, and try to prove that they're better than motorcycles. So they did a race. They all racing around, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is so random. What's this episode teaching us? Is this teaching us, okay, we get motorcycles. Motorcycles cost more money than motorcycles. Bikes cost more. I'm like, what? So you're trying to tell me a bike? I'm gonna take a little estimation here. So you're telling me professional bikes that ride on mountains, streets, whatever. I think you're telling me those cost like, I'll take a guess, $700. Whereas motorcycles itself, doesn't matter what kind, it's gonna be like what, 300? Is that what you're trying to get us? Is you trying to get me into this saying? Like, what the fuck is going on? Now, again, these guys were showing off their bikes, and we don't know their faces, just random guys. Who cares? Who cares? But they were trying to give us a message to Yowamushi Pedal. This is like, again, what would happen if you put them into Bakuon? Now, how much you want to bet in the Yowamushi Pedal Season 3, which I haven't seen Season 1 because I don't really like it, what happens if you put Bakuon characters into this and see how that will turn out? And that's what they did. So they race him. No, he was a dick to. Oh, she was dissed to Fritzy. So he was a dick. He literally just like skipped past her and started riding. But then when he crashed into the limousine, I'm like, damn. But then I'm like, that's what you get. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with it. I told you. But the way he crashed was so brolic. It's like a scene from Ridiculousness when you watch it. But when he got crashed, I'm like, he didn't die? He didn't broke his neck? What? He still lived. But then we realized that limousine is parked by the rich girl, with the bondage thing. The rich girl. She parked that limousine right there. I'm like, oh, dang. Damn. But she's rich, so she could park anywhere I want, I think. But again, the way he crashed was kind of like the best moment ever. I'm like, that's what you get. That's what you get. You should have had a broken neck. Now, pushing that aside, I gotta say, unlike the car wash scene, this had a Yuri moment to the finest. It was like a little shipping right there, a little Yuri shipping, if they make Dojin books out of it. It's like, the train, there was a train scene in this one where Rin is hanging on the rails like this, and she talking to Fritzy girl, Oshi-san. Now she's sleeping, they're both sleeping, and when she's standing like this, she started drooling, and then she drooled, that little drop of drool landed on Osa's hand, and she started like licking it. I'm like, oh shit, this is Yuri. She thought, it was the thing though, she thought she drooled while she was sleeping. But in reality, it was Rin standing up, sleeping like this. You don't really see people sleeping still while standing up. That's kind of hard to weird and hard to do. I mean, I don't sleep standing. That's kind of stupid. But again, she's sleeping and the drool just like dropped on Osa's hand and she started licking it. And then she's like, oh, don't tell anyone I fell asleep. So I'm like, what? So there's a lesson for that train scene. People, what you do is this. You grab a bottle of hand sanitizer, you use it, you take this thing, and then you just literally, done. I'm not infected no more. But she ain't do that because she had a feeling, she started had a liking for Suzuki's. This is the girl that don't like Suzuki's at all. But this is funny. It's just that this reaction review is so stupid because Rin started to check on her after that little infection she drew. That little infection came to her room and saw her licking a motorcycle. No, really, licking a motorcycle. I'm like, is this some real fetish shit? We're licking motorcycles? And then the doctor told her father that it was some kind of scatophilia or Suzuki-philia. I don't even know. Like, every bike has its name. So let me get this straight. Let's say let's say your friend like Hondas and you're a Suzuki fan. And if let's say miraculously somebody actually drooled on your hand and you licked your hand, and it's like, then the next morning, then 3 days, you're still sick because you're suffering from Honda philia, Honda syndrome, whatever you call it. And I'm like, oh my God. But if the doctor, if you pay attention, Chris, if you pay attention to this, I get the feeling that the doctor talked about bacteria leering from like an X-Files tune. If you could just literally hear it, it sounds like an X-Files tune. And I'm like, oh my God, I tell you something, this is an X-Files scene. Now, the cure for this was just literally disrespect that type. So her family, with her two brothers and father was saying about, oh, say something stupid about Suzuki's right in front of Rin. But was anyone anticipating that fact? Like, was anyone else to find out that episode was kind of obvious? Was to like discuss how stupid Suzuki's are right in front of Rin? Does that kind of like, it makes you want to like, let's take the virus out of them. Just talk crap about somebody in front of them. And it did. So that's one way to cure it. So if you like something that you don't like, talk smack about it. For example, I have a PS4. And I'm infected with Xbox One virus. What I gotta do? Talk crap about Xbox One. Now, adding that perspective, it's all about Chima-san getting her motorcycle now. And she's getting her new motorcycle. We all happy for it. Let me put this story in perspective. She got a new motorcycle, but how she got a new motorcycle was by her father's, and father next mold, pass it down to generation after generation. But the fact that these five girls, the main five, was like, oh, let's have a sumo match, let's do some karate, and they stand like this. They're like, let's do some karate just to find out what car is best for her. But like I said, in the minds, we have to understand, it's your choice. So she had I think it was like a motorcycle scooter thing. It runs on 150cc, like some Mario Kart status. But the way how it ended, she just literally dash and passed up. And of course, and then the ending of Bakuon got the original ending back, featuring her right in front. Although I wish she was printed in the back. But that's it for now. So I got to say, this episode was great. It featured a whole version of Yowamushi Pedal cross Bakuon version, which I see that coming. Even though Bakuon, I think it's giving us doubt that Yowamushi Pedal is coming out in winter 2016/2017. So let's hope y'all ready for that, because I ain't. Anyway, Bakuon was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. It had a lot of a little bit of eerie moments and this and that. But again, Bakuon making it so funny, so crazy, that it makes us want to rewatch it over and over again. So tune in next week for Bakuon.